how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for coming. Are you here for a reading? Let's get started. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Did you have something in mind? Or are you just wanting a general reading? General, perfect. All right. Let's see what I can cook up for you today. So, I've got a brand new deck I've been itching to try out. I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad it's Friday. Not the most eventful week, but sometimes that's the best, right? And I've been so excited to try this deck out. I was trying to see if this deck had any suggestions for spreads before I picked one of my own. Um, but I think we'll just do past, present, and future influences. Um, and see what resonates for you. I think one of the things I'm most excited about for this deck is it is a pretty faithful interpretation of the original Rider-Waite deck, only it's got a little bit of a modern look to it, kind of a painty, ethereally. It's called the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And I'm going to just get for what kind of past energies is affecting you at this time? Past energies affecting you at this time? The Emperor. All right. He's our divine masculine figure, our alpha male, so to speak. Um, doesn't necessarily mean that specific type of person, just the energies it represents. But sometimes it physically can mean someone in that embodies that. Exactly. Hello. Hi, Sass. How are you? We're doing a reading for our buddy David on Facebook right now. And this is your present energies affecting you is the High Priestess. Interesting. Short stream today? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe short tarot. Uh, my friends have already started playing Lethal Company, and I know it's close to bedtime for them, so kind of want to hop on that. I was hoping maybe for some WoW even. But we'll see. It's Friday. There's still time. So this is going to be, and then of course I like to throw a couple cards for my general audience. This is your future influence. So what I'm getting from these cards right off the bat is it could be, um, hmm, past the Emperor, present the Priestess, and the future influence is the Knight of Cups. All right. Interesting. Are you going to want a reading today, Sass? Is it is it sass or it's is it sass? Or is it just S S S S S S? Um, so your first card is a major arcana of the Emperor. The number 4 card. It's a stable, steady energy. Um, fours in tarot are represent stability in general. Think of like the four legs of a table. Um, so it means that you've possibly been defining some boundaries, guiding the shape of things to come. It's an authority, protection, understanding of the concrete world. Focus on action and results. Things you need to be asking yourself are what battles has the emperor fought? What directs his attention? What does the orb and scepter mean? That's what his like source of power. Um, and how come this card is devoid of most color? So like kind of um he lacks, so like it's kind of like the his energy without the softer nature of the Empress present means almost like too rigid, or it can almost represent like a being too rigid or lack of passion. Um, almost kind of borderlining on the 5 card, which is the Hierophant, and he's like uber structure and discipline. Um, think about tapping into the energies that you feel when you envision the color red. And what rules and boundaries are most important to you? And this is on your in your past, so maybe something that you need to explore. Um, your present card is the High Priestess. She is a visionary. Um, this influence is a wisdom, um, and it asks you to close your eyes, listen to your intuition, meditate, trust the universe, be a keeper of secrets, commune with the divine, listen to your guides, understand shamanistic visions, lunar magics, and the divine feminine. So, um, if you had a question to ask me, what would it be? Um, this, like, kind of like how you were just wanting a general, like, try to think more about if you were able to like get an answer to anything, what would that question be? And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to ask me. Sass. Uh, just kind of think about that. Um, when before we go to the final card, which is your future influence. Again, you can tell me as well. Um, you sound sick. Maybe I've been, interestingly enough, I feel like I'm on the up and up from last week where I was fighting off something. Um, so maybe I'm just like low energy from that, if that makes sense. Um, Again, also, if you want to ask me, if you have a question in mind that you want to ask me, David, feel free. Otherwise, just keep that question in the forefront of your mind when we go to the final future influence card, um, as far as what might resonate for you. You got the Knight of Cups. A knight sits on a white horse. He wears a shining silver armor. One hand carries a glass cup close, the other holds white reins. The cup is empty. His face guard appears open, and he stares at a crab which hovers near him. His white horse walks along in calm waters. A white peacock appears in the sky above him. Wow, that's a lot going on in this card. Wow, all that stuff. Do you see the peacock? Oh, there it is. Wow, it's really faint. Interesting. You know, one of the things they say in tarot is what stands out to you. It's like a visual reading may have how you get different interpretations in the cards. And these new ones definitely have some really subtle imagery I didn't know was there. There is a peacock. um, the Knight of Cups knows what direction to go because they follow their heart. They are romantics at heart and focus on the best way to live honorably. They take joy in the journey and delight in life's creation, which appears everywhere they go. The Knight of Cups is romantic at heart. His connections to his emotions and enjoys poetry. He has the ability to sweep others off their feet. He knows just how to make others feel good about themselves. He honors the emotions he feels and connects the source of them deeply. Ooh. Ah, I do need some water. Even without the I'll count that as a redeem, as a hydrate redeem. Hi there, could I sign up for a reading? Of course you can. While we finish this reading for David, if you could maybe just take a minute to think about what you might want to ask me. Um, Otherwise, we'll do just a general 3-card spread. Okay, and then I'll tell you how. Um, Before I finish, I'm going to finish up the direct meaning of the card, and then I'll kind of tell you my interpretation from things. But the key word to this card is he's the lover boy. Um, he's uh he represents like the courtship, like the boyfriend do. um, Emotional openness, compassion, seeking a cause, fighting for passionate, and a sensual idealist. Um, so what this card is wanting to ask of you is to think about how does your romantic side come out? Ooh. What do you think the knight and the crab are conversing? When was the last time you experienced jealousy? Ooh, um, interesting that that came out. A little bit of shadow, a little bit of shade in there, but sometimes a little healthy competition or even the fear of losing what's dear to us may drive others into action, um, to fight for what we love. Yeah. So, hmm, I guess what I'm getting from this, my interpretation of your cards are that you may need to do some balancing of your masculine and feminine energies because it's getting in touch with that, um, with both of those and finding a balance just as a couple functions, two people functioning as a unit, um, trying to understand that energy within us will help make you a better, um, like whether you're currently a partner, it can help improve your current relationship, or if what you're seeking is a relationship, I think that can um, maybe help you become more of a desirable candidate. Um, And then lastly, without any knowing information, if neither of those things really had any meaning to you, my last point of advice is that if you are not seeking a romantic relationship or even considering that this is maybe asking you to tap into those energies, um, because we sometimes are at our best when we have something or someone to strive or be passionate for, if that makes sense. Um, so that doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to seek out a relationship, but maybe getting into that energy of the lover boy, of the charming, can attract more positivity or attract whatever you're possibly needing at this time. That is what I get from your cards. I hope that helped. Cottage country. What do you got for me? You been pondering on your That was fun. I'm glad you got my first reading on this new Heaven and Earth Tarot deck. How exciting. I was excited. I've been itching to use it. Could it be a love reading? Oh, I love readings. That's my especial. My ex and I have been spending a lot of time together lately. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So what you're wanting is like a yours and theirs, correct? So like what I'm gonna do for that is I'm gonna pull one card for you and one card for them and see what comes out. And I'm gonna get out my my kawaii tarot because we've been going through it. I know this deck the best when it comes to matters of the heart. This one never never steers me wrong. So, let's go. All right. I want cottage and theirs. Cottage and theirs. And I will say, when it comes to um, X's, past energies, um, I need you to ask yourself what lessons. Woo! Thank you for the like. Yeah, I think that makes 11 likes on my Facebook page. Appreciate you. Yeah. Readings are every Friday, so feel free to come back every Friday for readings. Theirs. Okay. Um, but yes, with the and these aren't the only two cards I'm going to draw. This is just my jump off point. But I always implore people to ask themselves when it comes to exes, what have you learned from this past relationship? Because things, if you do not learn from previous lessons, the past is doomed to repeat. So, unless you're willing to explore what you directly had control of in that relationship, um, there's a good chance that sometimes things come back around so that you learn so that the lesson like basically you didn't learn your lesson. That doesn't necessarily mean that's always the case. But be aware of those things so that history doesn't repeat itself. I don't know what made it made you guys exes, but that's always something to take into consideration. So, um, the way I like to do my readings is I will always just read directly from the book. Um, take what resonates, leave what does not, and then I like to give my little bit of insight on what the cards mean to me and what I got from them. So, the card representing your energy, when I asked about you, you got the Six of Wands reversed. Ego, fall from grace, and lack of confidence. The Six of Wands reversed represents an unhealthy self esteem. While it's important to feel good about your accomplishments, you should recognize that feeling superior to others will cause them to not want to help you at all. Your success may feel individual, but you must remember many factors help develop it, including help from the universe. Be grateful for the help. The Six of Wands reverse can also represent a fall from grace that results from either too much ego or loss of confidence. Perhaps you fumbled on a project. The Six of Wands in this case may suggest that you've been struggling to juggle your goals. The case might be that you have lost sight of your purpose and have been saying yes to too much, hoping not to miss opportunities. Unfortunately, this tendency can cause you to fail to align yourself and your activities towards a central goal. Hmm. I did! All right. The card representing the person on your mind, aka your ex, is the Four of Swords. I'm almost getting like an emperor energy off this again, just because he does represent the four. Um, I didn't mean to assume genders. I just automatically, with the four, I was just like, oh, it's a dude. But that doesn't mean anything. It could be a masculine energy, could be someone embodying the masculine energy. That was just what I was getting. Um, so the Four of Swords represents rest, observation, and preparation. So their energy is representing order and stability, combined with the tumultuous nature of the swords, offers you rest from the battles in life. Enjoy this moment of peace. The Four of Swords may also point to a recovery from illness. This moment of peace and stillness may feel very different from what you've been used to lately. Nonetheless, to rest and do nothing is what would be best for you right now. The Suit of Swords is always stands for a trial of some type. In this instance, the challenge is to stop and be still. In some cases, the Four of Swords calls for a need for introspection and seclusion, a time to evaluate life. Look inward to ground yourself. The Four of Swords is a sign that you should stop worrying and stop being defensive. Although you should not lose sight of the fact that there are still battles to be fought, there is a moment of safety now and you can catch your breath. Okay, so I've already got a pretty clear idea of what this reading is saying to me. Um, and that's just based on the little bit of info you've given me and the two cards that landed. So, what my advice for you, based on what I know, is going to be that this person, him, them, um, it doesn't mean anything to them. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. And if you are taking that negatively, when I say that, if your initial knee-jerk reaction to me saying they're not doing anything about this, or that they don't have anything invested in this, that could be maybe where this lack of confidence part is coming in, because there's actually nothing more amazing in this universe than a neutral energy. A lot of us tend to want to try to latch on to negative or positives when um, a neutral is like a primordial soup of anything goes. Um, so, to what I'm getting is that this relationship is like a net, is like neutral. Um, you're probably something familiar to this person, but there may not be anything, at least right now, um, meaning by it. Um, and just that I think it's really important. This is telling me that you need to make sure not to latch on to any outcomes. So, like, like for example, if you're going to tarot readings, it means you're already kind of questioning, what does this mean? Is there potential between us? Is there going to be another, reigniting of, you're questioning things. Um, and instead, where this person sounds energy is telling me, or this card is telling me that the other person is more of like a neutral, healing, restful, like they're probably just latching onto what's familiar, and that doesn't mean anything, um, negative or positive, meaning like they're not trying to use you or 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 necessarily or reinitiate or anything. I think it's just probably like uh, you're an established relationship that's meaningful to them. Um, Whether you want it to be, you know, something or not, or more, or a reconnection, sounds like something maybe you need to really uh, work on. I'd say do some shadow work, do some meditation, do some self care, self love. Um, really um, give yourself some good positive attention, and just I don't know, do your nails, or I don't know if you're a girl. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or boy. Everybody should push their cuticles down and scrub underneath your fingernails, or take a salt bath, Epsom salt bath, or an Epsom salt foot bath. Um, what's some other things that like drink plenty of water? Did you have any other questions? I can do another clarifier if that'll help. I'm just gonna ask for one more card in each. But I think, ooh, thank you for the follow. I also think it'd be amazing if you came back and got another reading. I absolutely love readings, and I always ask for people to come back and let me do like a follow up. Let me know how it went. Let me know how it's going. Um, but at the same time, tarot obviously is for entertainment purposes only, and you know, I think sometimes if you're in that state of like questioning whether something is, it's the best thing to do is either um, kind of maybe even confront the person about it, or ask why you're asking. Because when it really comes to, um, ooh, I like that. Look at that. Do you see that? You both got an 8. That's cute. um, okay, just really quick. So this is a progression. They're both moving forward. Um, this is like a forward movement communication card. Um, so like I feel like maybe that's telling me that the best thing for you to do is maybe just be brave and be like, "Hey, you know, don't you think it's weird how we're hanging out again? Like, and just tell them like, hey, I'm really enjoying this. I like this. I like that we've reconnected, or I like that we've been spending more time together, and maybe just be like, what do you think about that? Um, and then kind of just maybe even tell them like, hey, be brave, be strong. In one of my other favorite decks, the lion's holding a rose, signifying romance. That doesn't mean that that's where it's going. It's just um means that they both that's ooh. I don't know. I'd say it's in the cards that regardless of what's going on, there's positive forward movement, whether it be a better, stronger friendship, um, or more. I don't know, but I see positive forward movement in a good direction, because there's nothing more annoying than that kind of like, what are we? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? What is going on when you're questioning, when you're, you know, when you're seeking outside validation for something, where it's just like, you know what, if it feels good and you're feeling good about this person, then you should probably express that. And it sounds like they might be willing to do that too, even if it's just like, hey, you know what, I really just like that we're friends and that's all. At least then you know. Wagga flocka, hello. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah. Hi, guys. Thanks for coming to my stream. Thanks for the reading. Oh, that was a really fun one. Do we have, did I have anyone else that was wanting a reading? I'm doing pretty good. It's been a really fun stream so far. I'm enjoying the readings I'm getting today. Tofu media. Is that pizza? I love pizza. Or is that tacos? I can't quite tell what that is. It's an interesting. What kind of question? Any kind of question. Any kind at all. And I believe, may I please? So technically, Waka Flocka asked first. So take it, well, we're going to do Waka's first, and then I'll go for you, Tofu, if you want to try to get a question in mind. I want to know what the potential of my true power level is. Ooh, your true power level. It's over 9,000. I don't need the cards to tell me that. Let me just put on my scouter. Yep, it's definitely over 9,000. Almost busted off my face. Okay, all right. What is the potential? How'd that come out again? And it is in the reverse. Interesting. What does that mean? I don't know. That almost means you're eh, it's like your true power level. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Um, pacing yourself, delays, and being overly busy. Reverse, the Eight of Wands can suggest that you are feeling overwhelmed. There may be too much going on, or perhaps you have put too much on your plate. If you believe you have taken on too much, find the source of what makes you commit to too many things and do what it takes to fix it. To regain the control of the situation, avoid adding more to your workload. When the Eight of Wands reverse shows up in a reading, it can warn of significant delays. That's, you know what that, okay, I'm just gonna say right now. I don't know if your question was like a joke question, but I'm taking it seriously because I feel like um, you're focusing on the wrong thing. If you're focusing on your power level, you're ignoring your other abilities uh, because there is strength in patience, strength in calmness and stillness. If you're like, it's kind of like a good example is like those dudes that get like super jacked and buff and they focus only on lifting, and then like um a skinny little twig girl can like outrun them because they didn't practice any endurance or stamina, you know? Um so my advice to you is to stop focusing on your power level, because one of the biggest pitfalls in shonen writing was actually focusing on the numbers. Um, I know that rest in peace Akira Toriyama, struggled towards the end of Dragon Ball because he kind of wrote himself into the corner with these like power levels because like just had to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you knew it the numbers didn't have any meaning. Um so my advice to you is maybe you should look into practicing some meditation, or um, maybe some yoga, something along those lines. Um, yeah, I think that's what's going to make you untap some hidden abilities you didn't know about. Okay, Tofu, are you still there? Because I know you wanted a reading too. Well, thank you for asking for a reading. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. It was different. I like it. I'm excited to see I'm excited to see what potentials you're going to tap into. Jedi Ferret knows I like to relay everything back to to like some kind of like anime reference, or that's where anime or video games. I'll find some way. They really are. I'm excited to see what question Tofu came up with. And if not, then we all have the, of course. Oh, here we go. Ooh, ooh. So I'm preggy at the moment. Congrats. That's awesome. Ooh, I was. Yes. Resident Evil. Okay. Ooh, I love that. I'm gonna get. Ooh, how exciting! How exciting! Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Congratulations. And thank you so much for coming and asking for a reading during such an exciting, special time. I'm honored that it gets to be me. Yay. Okay, I'm going to shuffle them really good. I'm going to really concentrate on this one because I I can already tell you right now you're going to it's going to go well. I, I just want to inject all that positivity in there for you because what an amazing, special, honorable thing to experience in your lifetime. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. All right. This makes sense. Actually, this makes a lot of sense. Um, so the Three of Swords does represent pain, and heartache, which, honestly, I'm kind of glad that came out. I don't want it to be um, I don't want that to be like a warning sign because um, I think one of the reasons why a lot of people probably experience hardships during pregnancy is because, you saw my reaction. Oh my God, it's wonderful. Oh my God, it's so great. Ah, and everybody's doting over you and um, congratulating you. And there's a lot of feelings that can come up during the process um, that will be conflicting. And it's something that a lot of women struggle with, um, because, or why, why it can be such a big issue is because you're supposed to be celebrating this awesome thing and everybody's hyping you up. And if you're not feeling that way, then it can be a very like isolating, lonely experience, and it just you know, can I can see how that disconnect can happen. Um, Sorry, I usually go to the book, but sometimes if stuff pops out at me, I don't always, especially when a delicate situation. Um, so because you're set, this card's kind of the same way. Um, okay. So the one I want to focus on is the Hermit. Um, because basically these two cards are centered around um being it's like this one can be like unpredictable or unreliable uh people or partners around you, or even just like chaotic nature. Um, and this, of course, is heartbreak. And the final card is introspection. But it also represents like a loneliness, a solidarity. Um, like it's the wise old wizard on the hill. Um, so, hmm, interesting. I'm gonna ask for one more. The need. So I am gonna read the Hermit. Hermit is a sign of needed introspection. It is time to check in with yourself and take stock of where you have landed. It's also a sign of needing to take a quiet, still moment before the next step of your journey. 9 is a spiritual number, so this card is about self. With mind abuzz from learning about willpower, strength, success, order, and discipline and tolerance, the fool is now aching for a moment of peace. He meets the hermit, logical and analytical, and the hermit implores the fool to retreat away from the world and explore what is in his mind in order to quiet it. Carrying a lantern to cut through the fog and darkness, the hermit represents the sign Virgo, and so a healthy skepticism. The hermit loves others with as much compassion as strength, but is more detached. Wants you to learn to honor your own wisdom. The hermit can be a sign of a strong urge to turn away from society, forget about material things, and explore your internal spirit. If you get this card in a reading, it's time to put away distractions and focus on your ultimate project, yourself. Meditation is a great idea right now, and with the divine energy of the hermit guiding you, you will find even more effective than usual. As the secret corners of your mind are illuminated and the worries are unraveled, you will gain strength to continue your journey. So, um, my big advice is that you're going to need to really just make sure that you are focusing on yourself, that you have a safe place for you to retreat to where you can be by yourself and have your own like energy, your own space, especially because you're literally sharing your vessel with someone else. So that um, I think probably what you're going to need the most right now is making sure that you have um, your own thoughts, your own self, um, like secured. And um, hmm. But basically, it's not gonna be all peaches and cream. But I think there's definitely a need to be able to kind of protect yourself, to really get in touch with your own thoughts right now? Hmm. Sorry, I don't. I wish I could have like threw out a big old cell, like had this super happy reading, but I feel like that's going to be a given. I feel like that's what's going to be. I think there's going to be a lot of light, love and light surrounding you, and that if you're not aware of the shadows that come with it, um, you know, it could overtake you. So make sure to hold tight to that lantern. Um, and if you're having any dark times, um, to just kind of focus on that inner light to guide you home. I hope that helped. I know that one was kind of intense. Um, but that makes sense to me at least because you can't have light without shade. And we can't be just like, all baby showers and celebrations if we are not willing to acknowledge that there is um, a lot of the rough stuff that comes along with it that sometimes gets overlooked. All true, painful. Mm. Yeah, yeah. So that's where your seventh. This one comes in. This is your unreliable, literally unreliable partner. I don't know if that means, you know, what it sounds like, but um, you're let your own inner light guide you. And that you, it's kind of also a sign that you don't. It's painful, but you can do it. And that you don't need the out. We never need anything that is outside of us. Um, I just pulled out one more and got the Six of Cups, and that's um, it's a restoration of balance, which means like everything will return to where it needs to be in the end. Um, I think it's time for you to reconnect with yourself right now. So lots of meditation, lots of making sure you're being relaxing and taking moments, taking time for yourself. Especially because once the baby comes, you probably won't have a lot of time for yourself. So that's how those kind of things tend to go. Oh, I wonder if they needed my car seat. Hang 1 second. 1 second. I gotta I'll be right back. What? No, 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 no. No, Tofu. What are you talking about? That was awesome. I'm so glad that you came to my stream and felt the need to ask me such an important question. Don't apologize. I think that's absolute like no, no, no. That's the whole point of what I'm doing is to help people connect with people, um, help give insight during not just happy times but difficult times too. Don't apologize. No, 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 no. That was absolutely wonderful. And I'm so grateful that you're willing to um, consult with me during a time that, like, what you're going through. I appreciate you. Psh, you can't have light without shade. What you talking about, girl? Don't worry about it. I actually only hopped up because I realized that my roommate has a little one, and I have a car seat in my car that's way easier to take out than theirs, and so I realized they might need it, but they were probably worried about interrupting my stream. So I wanted to go run out there and be like, yo, 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 you don't have to take the just use mine. And I was right. I can tell the future. No, just kidding. But I was right. They totally did want my car seat. So yeah, that's why I was out there. That's why I stopped. Nothing anyone did. Um, does anyone else want a reading? No, I cannot thank you enough. Everyone who's come today and asked for a reading. Um, Light and shade, they're all fun, they're all interesting, they're all part of life. Um, and I'm not here just to sugarcoat and give good advice. Because there's just I don't know. Then what am I? I don't know. Then I'm just all. That's not what I'm here for. The last, I mean, what was it last time I did a reading? I was practically in tears. Um, and I'm still grateful for it. I'm here to experience these emotions, all of them. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm gonna do some general energies for y'all before we go because I'm hoping to either play. It's getting late. I was hoping to either play some WoW or some Lethal Company tonight, but we got a little bit of a late start, which I guess worked out. I'm glad we who joined. Sometimes it's a little slow. Sometimes we're not. We'll see. So these are general with my brand new deck just for y'all. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Ooh. So this is wow. Okay. So you've got strength, oppression, the the Ten of Swords. As you can see, it's a young gentleman trying to carry all these sticks, doing too much. And the Devil. So, um, interesting. What are you laughing at? The keyword, and it's interesting because here it is right here, is literally excess. Um, Strong desires, addictions, and temptations. You need to take care of yourself for yourself, overcome fear and confusion, stop giving your power away, and embrace the trickster. Um, I mean, the devil is here to challenge us, um, to try to kind of like embrace it, like the Joker mentality. Um, the We live in a society. But it also represents like the chaos that is um it's just the opposite of forces. We need both. That's kind of what I was saying. You can't have light without shade. But ultimately, if we focus on strength, the eights are out tonight. Strength. That's what we need to tap into. In some depictions, I is actually, I think I want to say it's Archangel Michael literally sticking his head into the mouth of a lion to show that he has no fear. Um, Kind of like same thing here. Even with burdens and oppressors and devils and our demons that challenge us, um, we need to make sure to maintain that strength and calmness, like this strength card. I love it because this depicts, this is the Empress, and she's basically taming a lion, showing that, you know, uh, um, go take that seat, go sit right, like a lot of people are like, oh, I need to avoid, or, like sometimes of sometimes like obviously if you're in recovery, they say to take remove things from you that would tempt you, but that's not real life. I mean, that's part of recovery, but ultimately you need to be able to know that you could walk into the den of lions and have no fear, or um walk among the devils and show no fear and know that you would overcome them. The same way that she's able to pet this ferocious lion and have this calm, serene demeanor. So I'm getting that we just need to, things are tough. Things kind of, what I was saying before with the last scenario where it's like things aren't always as they seem. And this is almost like the inverse of that, where it's like things probably are really scary for people right now. There's a lot of burden for us right now. Um, Depending on what part of the world you're in, you may be, um, you know, going through more than anyone even could possibly realize. But I guess this is just asking my collective to have strength, um, and know that regardless of what's going on, you will prevail. I do love the strength card. It's a really good card. It's corresponding to Leo energy and the sun energy. Um, it represents power. There's a your power level right there. It's over 8,000. um, it means that we need to harness our inner strength, trust, embrace your unique talents, strong personality, courage, and facing adversity. Um, what I want to ask y'all before we head out, sounds like every. Oh, you're funny, Jedi. Do you know a lot of them? All right, real quick, before we head out, I want you guys to leave with this message or these questions in your mind. Maybe this is what we need to meditate on. Where do you see grace in this image? Um, why does, ooh, did you see the snake? There's actually a snake in there. Look at him. That's what's taking him off. That's what's got that lion all upset. Um, why does the snake seem to upset the lion? How does the young woman calm the lion? What scares you and how do you face your fears? And how do you view strength in your life? Strength is something every person has within them. It does not mean the muscle mass we were born with. I'm going to stray from the book for a minute, but there's strength of heart. Like there's to me, I think there's nothing more that speaks of strength than someone who's had their heart broken and still has the capacity to love greatly. Um, but this card represents the determination and fortitude to carry through with life. Everyone has this type of strength within them. Some days it's harder to get out of bed than others, but strength and curiosity to see things through to the next day associates this card. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, oh. Oh, the curiosity to see things through. This card associates with Leo and cats. No matter where life leads you, you have that flame inside you which knows how to push beyond and make bad situations better. Conversely, when you allow your insecurities to get the better of you, the flame within you dies down. When our innate strength is forgotten, it leads to depression spirals. Oh, I hate those. These are hard to overcome without some sort of outside force. When faced with the light of strength growing dim, fill yourself with reminders of where you have come from and how far you've grown. You've climbed over mountains, big and small. Small, small one. Right? So, think of things that help you get out of that. Things that are healthy. Um, you know, hot showers or cold showers if that's what you're into. Salt baths, pedicures, manicures, uh, massages, workouts, walks in the park, video games, in moderation, of course, uh, television in moderation, of course, D&D, talking with friends, talking with loved ones, maybe even I don't know. What's something you like to do? That's, you know, healthy. Makes you feel good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Even just sensory things. Oh, it feels so good. This is like one of my. So, I have my 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 crystals, and it's like sticking your hands in a bag of beans. It feels so good. I like just sticking my hands in them. RE4 remake, right? That's therapy for me, Leon. Leon. I should play that tonight if nobody's around by the time the stream's done. Love me some Leon. Cute little cat crystal. We'll think about this one for strength. Or get yourself a worry stone. I love those. They're like ones you can put in the palm of your hand and rub. Polished stone feels so good. Anyway, it's getting late. So I'm going to probably head out. We'll be back tomorrow with more video games. If you're new to my channel, we do video games throughout the week. Or various things. We've got some new bells and whistles to try with y'all. Maybe do some yoga exercise streaming. You never know what you're going to get with me, but you do know on Fridays. There'll be tarot. Um, oh, next Friday after tarot, the goal is to try to do tarot a little earlier because I got a really exciting collab with some friends on Dead Island. So that's gonna be super exciting. I hope y'all come back for another reading. Thank you, Tofu. I wish you all the good energy for you and yours. Um, if you follow me on TikTok, um, maybe drop a comment and let me know if you enjoyed the readings, if you enjoyed the stream, or if you know from me on X, I'm on there too. And I also have a Discord. If you have that sort of thing, you can join my Discord, and it tends to be kind of slow there, but on the plus side, that means you can talk to me directly pretty easily there. I always try to check my messages if you post there. Um, and basically am willing to draw a card at any point. Even if we're doing video games, I do have it as a redeem. So I hope everybody has a really good weekend. Aw, you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope all of you are feeling your best this week. And I'll see y'all again very soon. Thank you for the new follows. That might have almost gotten us to 250, which is super exciting. I know I'm not supposed to focus on numbers, but forward movement, right? All right. This has been Shay Star, and I hope you enjoyed my reading. I hope we're all tapping into that inner strength, and you have a great week. Good night, y'all. This is just me popping back in before I leave to say I probably should have tried to raid someone. But we'll remember next time, right? I don't know if we're still there. If we're still there, we can. Otherwise, I'm the worst at that. Forgive me. We started late, so you know, we winging it here. All right, y'all. Okay. I think I think the raid's gonna depend on who's on. Um, you know, Diz is streaming right now, but my biggest thing is like, you know what? Why not? Let's do it, right? You guys mind if we raid Ladies? Whoever's still here. Chin. Yeah, what y'all think? Raid Ladies. Some mysteries. Let's go. Thank you guys.